I like your hold and short checklist. In the summer months, this above 30 degrees Celsius, this plane will overheat on the ground, no problem. So you really have to keep an eye on it. You have to make your ground ops quick.
Yeah, I learned that when I started flying longer. Okay, feet to the floor. Whoa, right rudder. Our nose wheel was a little crooked on that one. Clear the runway. Getting ready for noise abatement. Smog layer is gross.
Yeah, especially down that way. A little nicer the direction we're going.
Get that right rudder back in, get back up to 60, get deck down at 65, get the nose up.
Good.
What's the tolerance on that? For the check ride?
Like plus or minus 10 knots.
Okay. We're at 68 right now. Golly, it's so gross.
That's really nasty that direction. Wow. Yeah, that is disgusting. I'm glad we're going to Oxnard.
Yeah, the heat brings in the poor air quality.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, usually you can see like kind of this direction where it's just sort of like a little gray, but that's just like brown. That just looks like smoke.
Yep, that would be smog for sure. All right, getting ready to turn. We're gonna shallow out at 75.
Let's get a little more altitude before we shallow out. We're not even at TPA yet, so okay. I like to keep climbing at sort of, at least at VY until you've got at least TPA.
Currently no surf traffic, contact Van Nuys Tower.
Over to Van Nuys, Victor, help 306.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was at 1,000 feet where we made that change.
It's a little bit up to you. I mean, there's no...
427 Romeo, contact SoCal departure 125.2.
Contact SoCal departure 125.2, 427 Romeo. SoCal, this is SportCruiser 427 Romeo at 1,500, climbing to 4,500.
427 Romeo, SoCal departure, ident, LELTR 2989er.
Ident, please repeat the altimeter. 427 Romeo.
27 Romeo, LA altimeter 2989er, and we're at contact to miles west of Santa Monica at 1,800. And say again your full call sign.
November 427 Romeo, parameter 29.89er.
Okay, so go ahead and set your altimeter, right?
I was just waiting to see if he said anything else.
Cool. And let's, keep our climb coming. So on that transition that you're sort of asking about is, there is no real rule here. The idea with that concept that we're going to go from VY, which is 65 knots, to some faster airspeed with a slightly lower pitch attitude is simply just for better visibility, right? For better traffic awareness. So there is no rule on when we're going to do that, but you kind of have to make a decision balancing the safety factor of having more altitude quicker and having better traffic visibility.
Yeah, because you want to get up. You want to get your altitude up.
Right.
But you also got to maintain visibility.
Exactly. So another thing I want to draw your attention to now is our oil temperature, which is slightly high. We're not in the yellow yet, but we'll probably get there. And when we do that, we'll have to level off for a minute and let it cool And
that's
then
because we took so long.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, 5
On the ground.
turning
a little bit, yeah.
Skyhawk, 4,000, then to 3,500. Or 3 Echo Foxtrot traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles westbound, 2,700, climbing to 4,500.
So there it is.
Light sport east south.
So we'll just go ahead and level up here. You can kind of pull your power back a bit and just sort of like
northbound, I'll keep it clear of the traffic.
Turning north now. 2 Echo Foxtrot.
So there's a traffic that was 12 o'clock for them, heading towards us.
Yep.
And they just turned northbound.
Yeah, it's us. So
now we got 2 yellows, so we're gonna back that off.
What's the other yellow?
The tachometer.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's the pier.
Don't descend though. Let's maintain our altitude.
Yeah. So how do you get that enough air without?
It's gonna cool.
Okay.
Just
Air 3 Echo Foxtrot traffic speeding up factory, counter approach 134.2. G'day.
342, 2 Echo Foxtrot. Good day, thank you.
All right. So no factor now on that one.
yeah.
But we're not. We told him we're climbing, and we're no longer climbing.
Yeah, but if he says something about it, then we'll tell him. But for now, we still intend to go up to 4,500, but we gotta kind of cool here for a second.
Yeah, we need more altitude to get over those mountains.
We do.
Good afternoon or good morning, Aero Exceed 60 Charlie Bravo 700.
Okay.
Climbing
So we've completed the cross-country portion of this flight. So we're just into normal flight training now.
So one thing that I learned is give yourself plenty of space for the descent.
We just gotta make sure this is loud enough that we can hear it. Yeah, absolutely. Give yourself enough space for the descent. And
we talked about it in the room, and I would have been in traffic pattern dead over the runway, was not able to land coming in.
Yeah.
So maybe need to plan ahead to come in the traffic pattern ahead of the airport.
Yeah. So it's also like another way you could think about it would be that that being at traffic pattern altitude right over the top of the airport isn't going to work if they end up giving you a straight-in approach, right? So if you plan to be at the surface right over the airport, then maybe that would work if they give you a straight-in approach because you would have started your descent a couple miles earlier. It's like I say, it's you know, some of this stuff is more art than science.
Yeah. So maybe that was the error, is having the endpoint altitude be the traffic pattern rather than the surface.
Yeah, it sort of depends which direction you're coming in, right? If we're coming in the other direction, or if they had been landing the other runway, we would have had a little more time. But I feel like you definitely were a bit tight on your descent in general, in part because you knew you needed 10 miles, but you tried to make it a 9-mile thing. And I think that didn't quite work out the way you were hoping. It's also a little bit inefficient because when you're in the descent, that's the time when you get a bunch of speed for free, and it's like when you have to power back to idle in order to make it work, then it's kind of inefficient because you've just you've sort of slowed yourself down unnecessarily.
Yeah. Yeah. So next time, kind of.
I would have started your descent where you felt like you needed to, or even maybe a little bit earlier. Yeah.
But also have the ending point altitude on the surface.
I mean, typically I would have the ending point altitude be traffic pattern altitude.
Okay.
But I would plan to get there a little bit before the airport, not like right at the airport, you know. Give yourself a couple extra miles of...
a couple extra miles ahead of the airport.
Yeah, like a mile or two, you know. You don't need to be... Just so you're not trying to
that's okay
race.
To draw that line and stop it like 1 or 2 miles ahead, and then do your calculations.
Sure, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's already getting hot again. Yeah.
Should have wore shorts, man.
I know. We should have done a.
Address the sweat. You got to do the same.
I know. We should have done a ground reference maneuver out by Oxnard where it was nice and cool. That would have been smart, but
it shouldn't be too bad down here by the water.
Shouldn't be.
Also, it's just getting later in the day. It's going to be hot everywhere.
Yeah.
But that was nice calm winds in there.
Yeah, no, that was good. So we'll go down to, let's go ahead and start our descent down to Point Doom. Bear in mind, when we're at Point Doom, when we're south of Point Doom, we've got to always be below 2,000 feet, which shouldn't be a problem for us. We're going to be when we're that way of Point Doom. We have a little bit of buffer, but after like a mile, let's see, the distance.
Charlie Bravo, contact approach
yeah,
128.75.
Yeah,
there's a buffer.
Yeah, exactly. There's a little buffer. It's about a half a mile.
Traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles, maneuvering 3800 Cessna.
Looking for traffic 427 Romeo.
November Delta, traffic over the shoreway, 11 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction. Going to be maneuvering, he's at 3,200, descending down.
So he's over here somewhere.
Yeah, he's over here somewhere, and he's 600 feet above.
There's a plane out there. Is that him?
Hard to tell. That looks far away.
Sure does.
That could be him, but that looks really
Kind
far.
of at 11 o'clock, but more so that would be actually here. That's, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that guy is far away. Here he is. He's right here.
We don't see him.
You'll see him.
I see him now.
Yeah, I think
Popped
that's
up.
him. Yeah. He's 1,000 feet above us. Should be no factor.
Okay. What did they say his altitude was?
He was at 35.
Okay.
But he's actually higher than us now.
Yeah, he's turning north.
Yeah. He's up at 4,200 feet.
So our oil temperature in our CHT is nice and cool.
Yeah, we're in the descent, so that's going to help.
Oh, yeah, of course. But our body temperature is a little high.
Yeah, body temperature is nice and toasty, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we didn't. That's one thing we don't plan for, overheating the body. Bring water.
Yeah, bring water, especially in these summer months, man.
That would be good to have in the seat pocket, straw.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember that.
All right, so Point Doom is going to be our end of Point Doom there. There's a lighthouse or something. Just when we get there, choose a reference point, and you don't have to don't go right into it from this descent. Get down there, look at your reference point, circle around, figure out which direction the wind is coming from, take your time, and get yourself set up. Stabilize at an airspeed and an altitude. Take your time with all these maneuvers. Never rush into it. When the examiner tells you, hey, show me an S-turn around this point right here, say, okay, great, I'm going to take myself away and get myself set up, and then I'm going to come back into it. It's your discretion to do that. He can't tell you, bob into an S-turn right this second.
Okay.
It's he will respect your decision. We could do it along that road there. We could do an S-turn along that road there. That'd work.
That the mountain terrain's not too close?
No, I think if we started this end, we do like
How far across do you usually go?
not that far. I mean, it's going to be a fairly small radius. All right, cool. We're clear of the lower class Bravo shelf, so we're good.
Ah, this one?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
This is to 2,000 feet. 2,000. That's the bottom.
Got it. You can put the cursor over there to make it display.
Yep. If you zoom out, it also shows you. Actually, no, it doesn't. This thing is janky.
So the target altitude is 1,000.
1,000 feet. So, pre-maneuver checklist. Let's start thinking about that. Clear, right?
Yeah.
CLEAR. Clearing turn, landing spot, particularly for this maneuver. Landing spot, right? We want to know, we're at 1,000 feet AGL. Where are we going to land if we need to?
Well, I would say we probably just put it off in the breakers right along the water there.
Okay. Or the beach.
I watched the video, yeah, beach for breakers. If there's nobody on the beach, go for the beach. If you feel like you might hit somebody on the beach, go for the breakers.
Okay. You watched that video with Paul Bergarelli or whatever?
Yeah, the guy with the glasses.
I love that guy, yeah.
He's smart.
He has some really good videos.
All right, so we need to do a clearing turn. So what about if we just circle?
Yeah, I think a combination sort of clearing turn and sort of reference check turn. And then your reference point, of course, is going to be whatever you choose out here.
So yeah, we'll just go to the end of that point, that like dirt spot.
Okay. Sounds good.
Most of the front.
The little like thing right there at the top?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that.
All right.
And then,
Say it again?
Almost at altitude.
Advisory number Delta. We're finished up, headed back to Van Nuys with X-ray.
Very nice, thank you.
So you want it further off your wing than this, obviously,
I
right?
think that this is a pretty good radius right here. This is pretty good.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to maintain my altitude.
All right, what are we doing with our power and such, right? We're at level flight, right?
Yeah, so we should
Yeah.
cruise up.
And carb heat comes off, good.
There's our point.
Good.
Landing, okay, so looking for traffic. And, oh yeah, I see feel the wind about it, huh? Interesting.
All right, which direction is the wind coming from? Probably over there, right? You can kind of look at the swells.
There's traffic 11 o'clock in 3 miles.
So the wind is sort of coming this direction, right?
There is Cessna 3,500.
Yeah.
Just your altitude TCM.
Can't really tell.
Yeah, if you look at the swells, you can sort of see they're going in this direction. Also, the wind tends to blow in this direction here, so this is, we're kind of going in the upwind direction now, so why don't you go this direction a little bit, take yourself sort of upwind a little bit, and then when you make your turn back, you're going to enter on the downwind, and when you're a beam, you'll start your turn.
Okay.
Why do you think we do this in the downwind? Why do you think we enter in the downwind?
To try to use the wind to our advantage somehow?
The reason is because when we're most likely to get an S-turn throw or a turn around a point thrown at us is when we're in the downwind and tower asks us to make a 360.
Okay.
So that's what we're replicating here. Let's go ahead and keep your turn coming. Taking yourself into the downwind. Our altitude is 1,080 feet, that's fine. And what speed are we going to do this at?
We're at 80 knots right now.
All right, cool, that works for me.
So the idea is to have it off our wing the whole time?
Yeah, the idea is to just maintain a constant radius turn all the way around. Where that point falls relative to your wing will change throughout the maneuver,
Okay.
You'll see.
So just about a beam.
Okay.
And I call that a beam.
Okay, so this is the fastest point of our turn, right? So we're just trying to maintain a constant radius here. Thinking about that, probably getting a little bit too far ahead, right? So shallow out your turn a little bit.
Right.
See how it's kind of getting ahead of your wing? Right.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, there we go. Kind of keeping it in that spot. Good. Looking ahead, looking at your point. Looking ahead, looking at your point. Checking your air instruments, looking at your point. Okay, a little bit tight into our point here, right? We might have started a little bit too steep. We're coming around now to the shallow side. So we're gonna need to be real shallow. Whoop, we're kind of getting over our point, right?
Yeah.
Shallow it out a bit. Kind of made our turn a little bit too tight there, right? We kind of ended up over our point.
We got a little wake? I don't know. I felt a wake.
Probably just a little bit of air flowing off the hill there.
So we'll go out and try again?
Sure, you want to try again?
Definitely.
Okay, normally you would want to keep going all the way around back to your starting point.
Oh, I see.
Not back to this starting point, you know? Back to the starting point where you started your turn. But that's fine. Let's try another one.
We're gonna go right and then left.
Cool, sounds good. Keep that turn coming around. Let's get ourselves into a good position. So lock in the visual reference when you start that turn in a moment here. Lock in the visual reference of your distance to that point and just focus on maintaining that distance. Don't think about it as a turn around a point. Think of it as an attempt to maintain this sort of sight picture distance, if you will. Looking at the reference, looking ahead, checking your instruments. Got a little bit of a descent going on, right? So let's go ahead and pick the nose up a little bit. Good. Keep maintaining that distance. Good. Don't turn too much. Don't forget to look ahead. constantly dividing your attention. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Feeling much better already, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now what you'll notice is that on the shallow side of the turn, you have to kind of like, your point is going to go under your wing sometimes, right?
Yep.
And so you got to kind of use peripheral vision, look at other things around your point to try and help you gauge distance.
Okay, so we're still good even though we can't see it sometimes.
Yep, that's totally normal.
Okay.
A little bit tight on the north side of this one.
Just keep going around?
But yeah, keep coming around. Just keep making that turn all the way around.
Oh, okay.
Don't turn to the right. If anything, just shallow out your turn, but don't turn against the 360. The examiner will kind of be like, what are you doing? Cool, so now we're starting to get around to the fast side again, right? So you notice you have to steepen it up, right? Keep watching your altitude, losing a little bit. Good, so you notice how once you transition past the slope, the slowest point, you have to actually increase the turn quite a bit in order to not get blown over your point. Good. Very nice, this is feeling pretty good. Cool, you want to go around one more time? Let's just keep going around. Watch your altitude for me.
Yeah, we want to go a little higher.
Yep, we sure do. So what do we need to do when we're climbing, right? We got to give it that power, yeah. Keep working on maintaining that distance. Yeah, good, good. Remember, you're coming around onto the slow side now, so this is the transition to less bank.
Finesse there.
Probably a little bit tight over here again, right?
But this is, yeah, new, interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's too tight again on this side. Here we got that wind coming.
Yep.
And once the nose wants to drop, yeah, those are definitely a much steeper turn. Helicopter.
Where?
Right below us.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's 700 feet below us, keep him in sight. Should be no factor here.
You think he's got to be seeing us, right?
You know,
We don't know.
Perfect example of SoCal, can't count on them, right?
Jesus.
This guy is less than 500 feet below us. Well, actually, he's like 600 feet below us, but, you know, no radio call. And you can hear he's not busy, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not talking to anybody else.
Hey, I think I'm doing pretty good over here. We're holding 1,000. We're just circling that point. It's a pretty beautiful, it's a really beautiful view up there when you're standing on it. You ever parked right there and done it?
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Oh, like you said, we just need a landing strip to go surfing.
Yep. That would be nice.
I was watching a video about backcountry Arkansas, the Ozarks.
So one thing here is you're making a lot of like dips of the wings.
Too much.
It's too much of that. Try to just make it a nice smooth thing. Trust your peripheral vision. Trust if you can't see the point that you're using the peripheral vision. It's okay to occasionally dip your wing, but don't be doing it every 2 seconds because you're going to make the examiner sick. All right, let's go ahead and take ourselves away from it, and we'll try one more fresh start one, and then we'll do a very quick S-turn, and then head back to Santa Monica because it's already 10:30.
We're only 15 minutes out from the runway.
Yeah, we'll just go right up to 11.
But this is cool, now I can practice.
Yeah, just, you know, make sure that you're maintaining altitude awareness when you're doing this maneuver.
Low altitude.
Your low altitude, know where you're going to land, and know where you're going to land not just on one side of the turn, but on all sides of the turn, because where you're going to land on this side of the turn is going to be different than where you're going to land on the other side of the turn. You've got 1,000 feet, and that's it, right? There's beaches on both sides, so you've got options on both sides.
I did watch a video on this thing.
Yeah?
But there's a minimum altitude for it.
There is.
But they did say that statistically, it's good.
Statistically, it's good. It's
I thought I was going to say the opposite, but it was that same guy that we like.
no, it's statistically it is good. It makes me nervous just because like I have no idea what kind of maintenance is done on the parachute. Like I know what sort of maintenance is done on the engine. I know what sort of maintenance is done on the plane. I have no idea what sort of maintenance is done on the parachute. But every pilot has to make their own decision on that. In certain situations, I would absolutely use it.
All right, we're at 73.
Okay, so right here, you're significantly further than you were during those turns we were making before. So decide what distance you're going to do and hold that distance.
Okay, yeah, I want it off the wing just about. I'm just about a beam of the point.
Okay.
And we just want a gradual.
All right, so there's downwind to beam right there. So
Yep.
do whatever you'd like to do. Yeah, good. Nice gradual turn. Keep watching your altitude.
This feels good.
Yeah, I agree. Keep maintaining that radius. Don't forget to look ahead, check in your altitude, check in your airspeed. That's part of this maneuver, is maintaining both of those. Can't do that, you can make a perfect radius, but it won't matter.
Within 10 knots?
10 knots and 100 feet.
So far so good on that.
American 897 out 1100 for 5 in the Orca 5.
American 897, approach 124.3 for departure.
Very good.
Good morning, SoCal, American 265, 1.9
we got a little faster,
via
yeah.
the Summer 2.
American 265, SoCal departure radar contact, climb via the summer departure.
Climb via the Summer departure, American 265.
You can see our airspeed starting to increase, or our ground speed starting to increase as we come around onto the fast side. So this feels like a good distance here, but this distance is kind of the distance you started maintaining somewhere over there. You notice how we're a lot closer than when we started. We kind of corkscrewed in a little bit. So we'll just put that put that out there for you to kind of keep in mind.
552 Alpha Victor, SoCal departure radar contact.
If this is the distance you feel comfortable with, then that's fine, but start at this distance, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Cool, let's come around one more time and then we'll do a very fast S-turn along that road and then we'll go.
How is this last one so far?
Good, we're kind of corkscrewing in a bit though, which is
Like this, you mean?
corkscrewing in meaning we're getting tighter as the turn is going on.
Yeah.
You can kind of see how we've sort of ended up over it now. So let's go ahead and come out of this. I want you to just kind of keep that in mind, that it's ultimately this maneuver is all about sort of maintaining that distance, and it's hard. It takes some practice. This is your first time trying it. You did a nice job maintaining airspeed and altitude through that. I felt like that was good. So you know the distance thing just takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little finesse.
Do we start doing this?
So we're going to enter on the downwind again.
Okay. So let me get back to 1,000.
Okay, and pre-maneuver checklist, clearing turn. We've done landing spot. What do you think?
Point to beach under us.
Good. Airspeed, altitude?
We're just about at 1,000. We're about 75 knots.
Okay. And our reference point is going to be that road. Actually, why don't we say the reference point is going to be yeah, the road is fine.
The summer departure.
Highway
Climbing the Summer departure, Hawaiian.
Highway 1.
Yeah. Why don't you do this? Like, why don't you make a left turn that way, and then we'll come back around this way to enter on the downwind.
Center 135.5. Good day.
35.5, American 265.
And we're at 4,400 RPM. That's okay. You want cruising a little higher?
You can do whatever you want. I mean, but it's all relative to what airspeed you're declaring, right? So why don't you go ahead and make that left turn now?
Oh, you want to do it? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm saying make like a 180-degree turn. And go ahead and keep that turn coming for me all the way around. A little bit tighter. Want you to try and intercept like right over there.
Gotcha.
Cool.
There's a helipad.
Oh yeah, well, you know. All right, cool. Get yourself set up at your airspeed and at your altitude, whatever you're
We're
looking
gonna do
for.
this straight this way.
So when you cross the line, then you've started your maneuver.
Got it. Wings level. At the starting point, it's okay to keep the level now and then turn left?
Yeah. In fact, why don't we, you know, I feel like we're a little tight to those mountains. Tell me what. Let's go over here. Make a right turn for me. Sorry. I'm going to kind of change this up on you. Let's use the coastline as our reference point, and let's start down there to give you a little more space to make your turn so that we're not getting close to those mountains.
So go out to Point Doom, turn around?
Yeah, go out to Point Doom and then turn around and come back, and we'll make our S-turns go in this direction.
Approach 128.75.
2875 to Victor CS.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Just felt a little bit tight.
Better safe than sorry. So we'll do it on this beach parking lot stretch?
Yeah. You can just start like sort of right at the beginning of the beach there.
So kind of a turnaround, a point into an S-turn almost.
Sure, that worked.
And it doesn't matter the check ride if you're turning left or turning right around the point?
Sometimes the examiner will have you do both. He'll have you go left and go right. It's kind of at their discretion. You should be prepared to do either. Oftentimes they just won't say anything, and then you can do whatever you want. But yeah, both should be practiced. For me, I kind of recommend starting with the left-hand turn because you have better visibility.
Yep, that's
It's
exactly.
a lot harder going the other direction.
All right, we're 1,040. We're at 83 knots. We're coming around the corner.
Hawaiian 3 heavy contact.
You want to just go like that?
Sure.
135.5.
If you can make the turn, you're gonna have to make it a little tight right here to kind of get into the downwind. Right, you're crossing your point. Start coming into the maneuver. All right.
Too close, huh?
Probably a little bit steep, but that's okay. I think you're gonna make this work here. We're just gonna try and cross that line, wings level and perpendicular to it. Let's see if we can do it. Nope, keep that turn coming. You're not there yet. See how we're crooked to the coastline? Yeah, we want those wings perfectly in line with the coastline. Okay. So this is the slow side here, right? So watch that pitch up.
So I got a departure, good
Good, coming around into the fast side as that wind starts to pick up.
Giant 8693 heavy.
Ground speed starts to increase. You need more bank angle on the fast side.
I'm via the Lady J departure, Giant.
Good, this is looking good. You're gonna cross wings level and perpendicular. This is looking really good. There you go, wings level, don't overturn. Good, nice. All right, coming around, we're still on the fast side here, so it's gonna be steeper turn initially and then into the shallower turn.
Yeah, you're right, shit.
There, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Watch that pitch down. Seeing a lot of ocean, right? We're kind of in a steep descent, 500 foot per minute.
Oh, we kind of pulled it out.
Good. Cool. Let's try one more, and then we'll climb out of here. Keep going to the right.
Keep going to the right. Yep. Okay.
We're just gonna stay on the shore side though. Once you get over the land, then you can make a right turn and not hit the mountain, please. Good.
Gotta be fast.
This is looking better. S-turn's a little bit easier, right?
Yeah. Gotta really get that bank though with the wind.
Yep. Good. Nice work. Cool. Let's go ahead and make a right turn here. Why don't you try an S-turn to the right this time? We'll kind of work our way down the coastline and go in this direction. Just keep an eye on those mountains there. Make sure we're not getting too close. All right. We'll do some S-turns this direction.
that through.
Okay, nice. Into the next one, just keep.
Oh yeah, it's a little straight level for a bit, 1-2 seconds too long.
Yep, good.
It's just,
in an ideal world, we just roll straight into the next one, right?
Right.
It's okay to do a very shallow roll into the next one. That way you kind of get a little bit of straight time while still doing the maneuver. But you want to be in some kind of a turn.
Oh,
Still a little crooked. Yep,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, a little shallow. And more bang. Get that wind helping us.
Good.
But not helping us. Yeah, we gotta go further next time.
It's your GoPro recording?
Yeah. Okay. Kind of on it.
2069, 1,700, 5,000.
Horizon 2069,
Keep going?
SoCal departure radar contact, climb
You
via
know
the
what? Yeah, I
Lady
think
J
we're
departure.
good. Let's go ahead and head back towards Santa Monica.
All right, I'll make a turn. So we're climbing turn, huh?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's go. That was fun.
Yeah, good work.
Like I know I need to improve, but it's nice to know because we've done steep turns. You know, you keep an eye on your speed, get that altitude back, and you can pull a little bit of G's and be okay.
Yeah. Good work. Nice work on those S turns. Turns down a point, we continue to work on. Good job holding altitude and airspeed through them. I thought that was good. Your aircraft control is nice. You just got to work on getting that sight picture into your head of holding that specific distance. Let's go ahead and just go a little closer to the coastline so that we're not risking it.
Giant 8693 heavy contact approach 128.
And we can probably just go up to like 2,500 feet. It'll probably be fine for us to head back to Santa Monica.
Yep. Oh, we don't need our... Are we within 10 miles of the airport? Kind of.
I typically just leave the landing light on all the time, day or night. Just help with improved visibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a hard stop at 11, whatever. I mean, we're going to have to do what we have to do to taxi and get back to the point.
Yeah, we'll just sign your logbook really quick and head out.
I'll just have to start a call at 11. I mean, once we're parked.
Okay,
I'll
that's
be a little
fine.
bit late if I have to.
That's fine.
To be safe, but...
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back by 11.
When I did this before, it took like, well, from right here it takes about 16 minutes.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna be a little late. That's okay. We're having fun out here.
We'll do a high-speed cruise.
High-speed cruise. Okay. So we'll climb to 2,500 and then just feather the throttle to keep it out of the yellow.
I'm not sure even by feather, but yeah, but we'll pull it back a little bit. We'll just kind of cruise like 5,100 RPM, something, try and get back quick.
Climbing to 3,500.
Sport 1905 Papa Sierra radar contact 5 miles to the northwest of Santa Monica. Maintain VFR. The altimeter is 29er 89er.
29er 89er, 5 Papa Sierra.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
Horizon 2069 contact approach 128.75.
Get the weather.
2875 Horizon 2069.
Service. Residential contact you of Romeo.
Romeo.
Santa Monica Airport information Romeo 16512 observation wind 20087 visibility 10 guys clear below 12,000 after 25 2.16 altimeter 29er 88 VOR current individual approach in east landing parting runway 21.
What was the wind?
Hazardous weather for Southern California available flight service frequencies. You noticed airmen pathways runway 21 are out of service. Residential contact you of Romeo. Santa Monica Airport information Romeo 16512 observation wind 20087 visibility 10
Yeah, we're cruising.
guys.
Alright, so you can tell you have Romeo at Santa Monica.
SoCal SportCruiser 427 Romeo, inbound to Santa Monica with Romeo.
Sport 427 Romeo, roger.
No, I didn't give altitude or location, but they're following.
She's already following us, right? Yeah, you don't need to do that. She knows who you are and where you are.
We got a friendly flyer nearby from the school.
We do?
SoCal, citation 62 Whiskey Mike, climbing 3.
Let's just power back just a little bit. I don't want to leave it up here. I don't want to run her too hard.
7,000 Whiskey Mike.
About 51.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, we're over. We just got 100 knots right there.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Gotta make that conference call.
We're doing fine. We'll be there in 7 minutes.
And like I said, if we're late a little, it's okay.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
I'm on time often enough. There's Malibu. Pretty.
Yeah.
First point.
So we got traffic coming at us here, 200 feet below, opposite direction.
200 feet below.
Yeah. So we'll just be keeping an eye out for them. They look like they're a little closer to the coastline than us. So this heading looks like this will.
Citation 62 Whiskey Mike, climb and maintain 8,000.
Let's just keep looking for them here.
But she hasn't alerted us.
Nope. 100 feet below now.
What do you say?
100 feet below.
100 feet.
So that's
really
close
close
enough that I don't trust the ADSB's accuracy to keep us safe there.
Heading in the opposite direction?
Yeah.
Have we crossed over yet?
No, they're still like 2-3 miles ahead of us.
2-3 miles ahead of us. They're probably climbing?
Could be. You could go ahead and start a little bit of a descent. They're now same altitude.
And they're at our 12 o'clock?
Yeah, they're 11 o'clock now. They're like right over the coastline.
Citation 62 Whiskey Mike, clear direct Oros, resume navigation.
And they're climbing 100 feet above.
November 427 Romeo, light sport traffic's 11 o'clock and 3 miles westbound at 2,700.
Looking for traffic 427 Romeo.
Finally.
November 5 Papa Sierra, additional light sports 11 o'clock and now 2.5 miles. They're making their way back eastbound to Santa Monica at 2,500.
Is that him up there?
Yep.
Looking for traffic.
Good job.
Sierra. Traffic inside 427 Romeo.
Sure.
Traffic inside 5 Papa Sierra, not a factor.
Thank you.
I was going to say that.
SoCal, 5658, 1,600, climbing 5,000 via the Lady J.
Skywest 5658, SoCal departure radar contact, climb via the Lady J departure.
So do you
Via the Lady J departure, Skywest 5658.
do you declare no factor sometimes?
No, you don't really need to say that. Just traffic insight.
All right, switch our tanks.
Good.
Watch our pressure.
Good.
Citation 62 Whiskey Mike, contact approach 128.75.
2.75.
Little dots in the sky is all they are.
Yep. But they're actually people in tin cans cruising along at 120 miles an hour
Yes.
with a giant lawnmower on the front.
All right. There's our airport.
Cool. Looking good.
Yeah,
We're going to be there right on time.
Do we have somebody right after us? Did you check that?
I think we do, yeah.
I think we do. I don't
That's
know.
okay. I think we'll have we do, yeah. We'll have the plane back by 11. I'm not, unless Tower delays us somehow.
SoCal departure radar contact, climb via the Lady J departure.
Climb via Lady J, Skywest 3518.
Okay, we're maximizing.
427 Romeo, radar service terminated. Remain on your beacon code and contact Santa Monica Tower. Have a great day.
Contact Santa Monica Tower 427 Romeo. Remain on frequent squawk. Good day.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Tower 12010.
3,000.
Negative contact, continue climb to at or above 3,000. 3 Juliet Kilo.
Santa Monica Tower, SportCruiser 427 Romeo inbound at 2,500 over the Palisades.
November 427 Romeo, Santa Monica Tower, make right traffic, runway 21. There's traffic just about a mile to the northwest of Santa Monica Pier, climbing through 1,400, a SportCruiser northwestbound. So just continue your descent.
Looking for traffic, continue descent, 427 Romeo, make right traffic, runway 21.
Good. Nice job capturing all that and reading all that back. Your radio calls feel really good today.
Where is that plane?
He's 900 feet below us, right over here somewhere. Do not see him. Tell him negative contact on the traffic.
November 427 Romeo, turn right about 20 degrees.
Turning right 20 degrees, 427 Romeo.
Negative
Number 3 Juliet
Tell
Kilo,
negative
turn
contact.
right about 10 degrees to head towards the shoreline.
Turn right 10 degrees for the shore, 3 Juliet Kilo.
Negative contact, 427 Romeo.
Number 3 3 Juliet Kilo, remain at or below your current altitude until you get the traffic in sight off your left.
Remain at or below the current altitude until we pass the traffic on the left. Traffic in sight, 3 Juliet Kilo.
Number 3 Juliet Kilo, thanks. Resume on navigation, altitude's at your discretion also.
Traffic in sight, 47 Romeo.
November 427 Romeo, roger. Resume on navigation and altitude. And start flying towards Century City. I for our jets about to be departing. They might fly over the pier.
Roger. Flying towards Century City, 47 Romeo.
Jet 390, Santa Monica Tower, wind 2407, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 21, exact jet 390.
Alright, so we'll maintain our altitude.
He said you could go ahead and start your descent.
Okay.
And just fly towards Culver City.
November 3 Juliet Kilo, there's traffic. Your 3 to 4 o'clock, 2 miles, 2,500 indicated, headed towards the shoreline behind you.
Traffic in sight, 3 Juliet Kilo.
November 3 Juliet Kilo, let SoCal approach know you have the traffic and contact SoCal approach 125.2.
We did that.
Yeah, it pinged at you for something else. And then you switched to
125.2, contact SoCal.
How's your heat level?
3 Juliet Kilo.
Oh man, excruciating.
Excruciating, wow. I didn't think it was too bad.
Oh man,
I got basketball
I'm
shorts on.
toasty over here.
Oh, you got to, yeah.
November 427 Romeo, that's far enough out of the way. Resume on navigation, runway 21. Actually, just continue inbound. Traffic will be holding in position for departure.
Continue inbound, 47 Romeo.
Gotta get the TPA.
Cool.
Attention all aircraft, Santa Monica Airport information. Sierra is current wind 240 at 6, altimeter 2988.
Santa Monica Tower, King Air 501, Echo Bravo is ready, 21.
Cirrus 999 Kilo Echo, contact SoCal approach 128.5.
SoCal 128.5, Niner Joe Echo.
Jet 390, contact SoCal departure 125.2.
25, 2 Jet 390.
King Air 1 Echo Bravo, traffic north downwind, SportCruiser, runway 21, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 21, 1 Echo Bravo.
Now what? Approaching.
Don't worry about that. Now what?
I just feel like it beeps loud for no reason. Okay, getting a TPA, 1440. We are grabbing in on purpose. Adjusting our altitude here.
King Air 1 Echo Bravo, wind 240 at 6, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 21, 1 Echo Bravo.
November 427 Romeo, wind 240 at 6. Caution wait turbulence, departed King Air runway 21, clear to land.
Caution wait turbulence, runway 21, clear to land, 47 Romeo.
Alright, so time 10:56.
Northbound out of the LA special
guys
flight
departing.
4,500 over the Marina. I am bound for landing.
Hey, well, we're cleared to land. We're down with a beam, right?
Cessna 65537, Santa Monica Tower. Wind 230 at 6, altimeter 2988. Make a right traffic, runway 21, and squawk 0263.
Right traffic 21, squawk 0623, Cessna 537.
0263.
0263, Cessna 537.
Yeah, now it's definitely getting hot. Oh, it gets really hot right here.
King Air 1 Echo Bravo, contact departure 125.2.
25, 2, 1 Echo Bravo.
Make our base turn. Okay, I want this to be a good one. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that.
see how we're kind of letting our speed get up high here? We're in the 70s.
Police 16, Santa Monica.
That's going to make it hard.
2988, squawk 0235. You're coming up on Kaiser.
0235, that is me, sir, coming up on Kaiser. Be transitioned toward the shoreline.
So if you're adding in that power, then be adding in back pressure, right? Because otherwise we're just going to be increasing our speed but still descending.
Cessna 537, wind 230 at 6, runway 21, cleared to land. You can take it out as far as you need.
Kind of shallow there, right? That's where we needed that back pressure earlier.
Thank you very much. Runway 21, cleared to land. Cessna 537.
Hold it, back pressure, more, keep holding, keep holding. Good.
Okay.
You felt how I put a little bit of,
you did.
I put a little pressure there, you can keep holding.
I gotta remember to do that myself.
Just keep holding.
You're
Challenge
right.
yourself.
I would have let it a little bit sooner and that would have been too soon.
Yeah. Challenge yourself.
Contact ground 47 Romeo.
That was a nice team landing.
Tell yourself, can I get 2 more seconds? Keep challenging yourself. Be like, okay, a good pilot is going to hold it off the runway for another 2 seconds. I can be a good pilot, right? I'm going to hold it off for another 2 seconds. Just keep challenging yourself. Okay, I got 2 more seconds. Can I get 2 more?
What was that?
That was me.
Okay. Get this up. ASAP.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh man, yeah, that feels good.
Okay. Look at all this sweat. Clear the runway. Car beat in, flaps up, taxi landing light off, transponder VFR, contact ground, 21. 9.
Santa Monica ground, SportCruiser 427 Romeo at Bravo 3 runway 21. Request taxi to Santa Monica Flyers.
Alright, 427 Romeo, Santa Monica ground, taxi to Flyers 0 Bravo.
Taxi to Flyers 0 Bravo 427 Romeo.
It is 11 o'clock.
That's good. We're close enough here.
So as soon as we park, I'm gonna pull that phone out.
Okay.
They're all looking at each other right now, wondering where I am. That's all right.
Sounds good. Do they know that you're doing flight training, or do they, or is that not really?
They know that I am a pilot, yeah, and training to be a certified pilot, but they do not know that I know lessons for it.
That you're doing that during the business day?
Oh no, they do. They just don't. They don't know that I'm doing it right
this second. Yeah.
But no, I told them before.
Yeah.
And in fact, they're coming into town in August, and I was like, yeah, I could probably fly you around then.
Nice. Yeah.
And he's like, can't wait.
Are you're doing a thing for the Mirai, right? For the you're doing like hydrogen stuff?
I'm in hydrogen, yeah, but I work for mostly for Hyzon.
Okay.
Which is a hydrogen fuel cell truck, so like an 18-wheeler version of the Mirai.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm doing because you have a Mirai or something,
I have
right?
a Clarity.
A Clarity. Okay. I'm looking for a new car, so.
Oh well, they have this Mirai's at $20,000 off right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, but it still comes. Still with 4,500 down, it still comes out to about $500 a month.
Yeah.
But you should.
Hydrogen is kind of expensive though, right?
Well, you get 3 years free fuel.
Right.
One here.
Let's go to the one over by the fuel truck where we took the plane from.
Okay. 3 years free fuel.
I would just do a lease, so
yeah.
it would be 3 years, so I would get free fuel the whole time.
Yeah.
But where do you go to get it around here?
Well, I would recommend if it's a Honda to Culver City Honda that's got it, and if it's Toyota, it's Santa Monica Toyota.
Okay.
Those are the 2 spots.
How many miles per tank?
300.
So I have to go over there quite a bit to get gas, huh?
I mean, I fill up once every 10 days or 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting an electric car. Debating. I was looking.
Depends on how many long range trips you have.
Yeah, I mostly just drive around town, but.
Oh, then I would go. They have a station in Santa Monica. They got a station in Playa. Okay, shut down. Power, idle, avionics.